Is EOS going to fix the problems that I'm facing? Is it worth the time? Is it worth the effort? Is it worth the cost that I'm looking at investing in this? Is it really truly going to fix the things that we've been struggling with sometimes for a very long time? I think these are the questions that every owner or founder or CEO before they hire an EOS implementer are asking themselves. Well, EOS does fix a lot of problems, and in particular, it's fixed problems that stem from how the business is operating. But there is a set of problems that we call hitting the ceiling that EOS tackles particularly well. And these problems are pretty prevalent. You see them in a lot of different places. So what I thought I'd do is put together a quick video that walks you through what hitting the ceiling is so that you can assess whether this is a problem that you're involved in right now. So for this part of the discussion, we're going to jump onto the whiteboard here. And in the EOS way of speaking about things, when we talk about hitting the ceiling, it actually comes from an old study from 1972 out of the University of Southern California that was then popularized on Harvard Business Review. And this HBR article, it's available for free. It's a phenomenal read, and it's called The Evolution and Revolution as Organizations Grow. And so we're going to just quickly go through and explain what I mean by that, what USC meant by that. So the prevailing logic at the time was that businesses, successful businesses, grow up and to the right. They anticipate what's going to come, they anticipate the problems, and because of that, they have steady growth. Versus the businesses that are a little bit different, businesses that may not have as good a management, may not be as good at anticipating things. And so for those businesses, they have a more turbulent road. Well, the reality to it is, and this is why the USC study was such a big deal, is that every business hits a ceiling. Every business doesn't look like these two lines. Every single business hits a ceiling, which basically means your business has either hit a ceiling and gotten through, or it's hitting a ceiling right now, or it's about to hit a ceiling. And so what the USC study looked at was all businesses would grow, all businesses would hit a ceiling. Now, some businesses would hit a ceiling and plateau, or they would decline. And I think we've all probably seen these circumstances. This is where a business is growing. It then kind of hits that ceiling point. Things just aren't working. They try to work harder. They try to work harder to break through it. Nothing seems to be working. Steam's coming out of the ears. They try harder. They push people harder. And now people start to leave. And as that attrition occurs, you see that performance then start to drop pretty seriously. And morale drops too, because you can't figure it out. What is causing us to not be able to do what we were doing? Well, what USC found was that the successful businesses would go through a period of what they called revolution, where they would redefine the way that they were doing things. Not revolution in a turn, but revolution in kind of a revolutionary way of approaching things. And once they did that, once they went through these revolutionary periods, they then went through a period of evolution where the business would then take off. Afterwards, they would hit a ceiling later and go through the exact same exercise over and over and over. Hence, a period of revolution followed by a period of evolution. Now, one of the things that was also discovered with all this was you could have an entire business hitting the ceiling. Business gets to $10 million and then boom, it gets knocked backwards. And it's trying to hit $10 million again, it gets knocked backwards. It can't figure out how to break above that revenue level. So it definitely exists on the organizational level, but it also exists on the department level. You may have seen this or felt this at some point. This is where the whole business now is feeling like it's doing okay, but you got that one department that just can't keep up. It's just constantly struggling in this kind of chronic state. That's when a department is hitting the ceiling. And then the third place, I know I've certainly felt this, is in the individual level. I felt great managing at one level. Boom, I get to the next level. I'm not sure if I know how to do this. And now all of a sudden, I'm the thing that's holding the company back. And so these are the three types of hitting the ceiling scenarios that they found existed. And again, it's not just one or two businesses, it's all businesses. Now, the thing that I like the most about this concept is because of how logical it is. And like in the example I like to use is a child riding a bike. When you're trying to teach someone how to ride a bike and a child to ride a bike, a bike with training wheels, kind of one gear, pedal forward to go faster, pedal backwards to brake. That is a great way to do it. And a child is going to learn pretty fast that the faster the pedal, the faster they go. Makes sense. Until they get to about 6 miles an hour, because if they want to go to 20 miles an hour, there is no amount of pedaling that will get them there. The bike needs to be redesigned. In order to go to 20 miles an hour, I probably need to have a larger frame. I probably need to have gears. I probably need to change the way that I have brakes. I got to redesign the bike to be able to go at that higher speed. If I want to go to 50 miles an hour, I got to redesign it again completely. Because too often when we see businesses hitting the ceiling, it's the leaders of this business. They are trying to get to that next level by pedaling faster and pedaling faster and pedaling faster, and it doesn't get you there. Hitting the ceiling is just a code way of saying we got to redesign our processes to be able to go hit that next level. EOS is exactly this tool set to help you be able to break through the ceiling, go through that revolution, and through that period of evolution. In addition, it teaches something that we call the 5 leadership abilities. So no matter where you are in the organization, if you're the individual that's hitting the ceiling, it says do these 5 things, and then you're going to be able to break through the ceiling too. It's good for the individual, the department, and the business overall. So if you relate to this, if your business is hitting the ceiling, you can feel it or you feel like it's coming, then it's time to talk to an implementer and about EOS. Hope it makes sense to you. Thank you.